Hey there, Baldwin Hills neighbors and friends. It is October 2019, so it is time for your Baldwin Hills real estate report. So let's check it out. High and the low, no change there. We're still with the reigning high of sale at $1,505,000, and that was on Don Rodolfo. That was last month. And then the low is the one that was on Don Jose way early in the year. We're not likely to see anything that low again at $775,000. Median home price is holding steady here in Baldwin Hills at $1,001,000, and the median price per square foot, that's at $481,000. There have been 21 homes for sale, or that have sold rather to date here in Baldwin Hills Estates, and so that's pretty on par with what we saw last year, year to date, by this time last year. And I was approached last month about why it is that it seems like our price per square foot or the sales in the area might be a little bit lower than what is expected and lower than what we are seeing somewhere in the flatlands. And I just want to kind of explain a little bit to you, because there have been some higher sales, of course, down there. And we're talking about places like in Baldwin Vista or in Crenshaw Manor or in Leimert Park. For instance, we just closed today on a flip in Leimert Park on Grayburn at $1,150,000, and that was just for 1,700 square feet. So obviously that was selling close to almost $700 a square foot, or in the high sixes rather, but everything was redone. And so what is happening is the sales that we've been seeing here in Baldwin Hills Estates, most of those properties are not complete rehabs. In fact, many of the properties in Baldwin Hills that have sold really have a significant amount of work to be done. So we are not seeing the trend of investors coming in because it's such a high price point just to get in, just in terms of the entry level, even on something that is a fixer, is going to be probably somewhere, hovering around $1 million. We actually have two on the market now, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, that are below, we have a few actually, 3 on the market now that are below $1 million. And so those might be great entry points, but it doesn't necessarily give the kind of returns that investors are looking for in terms of having to come out so much and then redo everything. So the flips, we're not seeing the flips as prevalent in our neighborhood, and so that is kind of the explanation as to why we are not seeing those, those high price points year to date in terms of the sales that we've seen so far. So we do have some good properties that are on the market now, and I mentioned it a few seconds ago. There are 3 properties that are below, they're actually a number, 1, 2, 3, 4 properties, single families rather, that are below $1 million. And a couple that I want to highlight. One is at 4771 Don Mariano Drive, because it's got a fantastic view. It's listed at $859,000. I'm sure there are multiple offers that are in. It hasn't gone under contract yet, so I'm sure that's going to go up. But it's a possibility to get a view home below $1 million. So there's a little bit of work to do, but this is the time to get in. So if you're thinking about buying in Baldwin Hills Estates, there are a couple of opportunities that are really great for you. There are 2 that just came back on the market. They kind of fell out of escrow. They're both 2 bedrooms, but they are probably, decent enough size that you might be able to configure a 3rd bedroom in there if that is your need. And that's at 4242 Don Luis, and then there's another one at 4453 Don Milagro. Both of those have fallen out of escrow, but they're primed and they're ready to sell now. And one's listed at $959. That one is almost 1,800 square feet, and then the one on Don Luis, that's almost 1,500 square feet, is at $875. Then, lastly, we did have a sale. That was close to our highest sale on Don Rodolfo, and this was the one we were bird dogging at Don Jose, 4161 Don Jose Drive. That closed last month at $1,475,000, so that's close to the top of our market over here. But remember, we are still bird dogging the one down on Don Felipe, listed at $1,849,000. and that's the property at 3906 Don Felipe Drive. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. And last month I kind of misspoke and said that it didn't have a view, but I actually have gone there, visited with the seller, saw the great work at the property, really nice contemporary style property, and there are expansive views. Surprisingly, it's actually low on the hill, it's low at the bottom, really at the entry point to Baldwin Hills at Marlton and Don Felipe, but you have to take stairs to get up to the main floor of the property. And then likewise, there's like a rooftop deck as well that just has beautiful expansive views. So we are looking forward to that closing, and hopefully that will be our highest close year to date. So check that out and see where it goes. As always, if you have any questions about anything locally, if you're thinking about buying or selling a property of your own, I'd like to be your resource for all things real estate, so don't hesitate to reach out to me. And if you are getting this report anything other than in your email box and you would like to be on our monthly distribution list, please go to bit.ly, bit.ly, Baldwin Hills Report, bit.ly, bit.ly, Baldwin Hills Report, and then you can sign up for our monthly mailing list, and the detailed monthly Baldwin Hills Report will be emailed to you along with this video summary. Take care and have a fantastic month.